Looking at this upcoming game, obviously the storied history of Army Navy, just what you could say for you personally, this game does when you are getting in front of your student athletes and have the opportunity to speak with them about how much this game is so far beyond football and a representation of our military here in America.
I think, this game is important to me for a lot of reasons, but primarily because I know how important it is to our players, to our brigade, to our alum, and the people in the Navy and the Marine Corps all over the world. And so, I want us to represent ourselves as well as we possibly can. I want us to be the best version of ourselves on Saturday in the way that we play the game. And for our program, right? So it's the most important goal of the year for us. And it's a measuring stick for our season, truly. And so it's important in a lot of different ways, Dan, and it's a big one for sure.
They say never to look ahead, but when you hear Jeff Monken talk, he always says beat Navy. When you're speaking throughout the season, it's beat Army. Just what you can say about how that's truly always right there, just under the surface the whole season long.
Yeah, you don't hear me say that during the year, actually. And not to say that's not always on my mind. It's not something that we think about, on a yearly basis. It's not something that we, it's certainly something we go in the off season. What do we have to do to win that game? Where do we have to improve in our program and what we're doing to win the CIC? And so it's something we think about all year long. Obviously, it's the number one goal in our program.
Braxton Woodson, I had the opportunity to speak with your quarterback and his story, his journey, the background of why he is who he is, just what you can say to what he's done for this team and who he is as an individual, not just as your quarterback.
Yeah, Braxton's just a great young man, and was super pleased. I've been saying for since he's been here as a freshman, just one of the most talented kids in our program. He's got an NFL arm. He's 6'2", 215 pounds. He runs like a deer. And I thought, in the East Carolina game, especially in the second half, that all started to come together for him. And his confidence, his teammates' confidence in him, he got a little taste of success. And I think that's going to be a tremendous launching point for Braxton. But super encouraged about his growth and his progress and really his belief in himself and his ability to do this. I think that's the key to his success, and to see that light kind of come on was awesome. And I think the sky's the limit for Braxton. And as a young man, he's outstanding. He's a great student athlete here. Does everything the right way. Teammates love him. Can't say enough good things about Braxton.
And a final one from me, just looking at, for you, what you've done since coming into Navy as a coordinator and then elevating the head coach, just what you've seen from the evolution of the midshipmen and this program. You've had a lot of success this season, a lot of great moments, started off undefeated through numerous games, just what you've seen in the development and evolution of the program.
Yeah. I think when you've had a few hard years, I think turning the corner is as much of a mindset as anything else. And I've seen the confidence in our football team grow, and it's based on, the work they put in over the course of really the last 2 years. And it's a group that attacks every day and embraces the process. And that's what it's all about here. And not focusing on the outcome, but focusing on the day-to-day and the things that you have to do to put yourself in a position to have success and really to deserve success. And it's something we talk about a lot around here. I think that's something that our players and our staff have bought into. And I think that's why you've seen some growth and development. Listen, we're still a work in progress. And but I love the direction our program is heading in. I love the progress that we've made at this point. And, I think it's going to continue to go that way.
Thank you, Coach. I'll see you Saturday.
Thanks, Dan.
Coach, dating back to, I think it was 1901, presidents commonly came to this game, starting with Teddy Roosevelt. President-elect Donald Trump is supposed to be in attendance. What does it mean to you to have the commander-in-chief there for the commander-in-chief trophy?
I think it's awesome. Like it speaks to the magnitude and the importance and what this game represents. And I think it's outstanding.
For you, like you said, personally, your kind of connection and your journey with this game, what is something that sticks out the most to you as we're here almost on the eve of it? When you're thinking about this matchup for you personally, is there something that you reflect upon, something that you always kind of think of going into the matchup for you?
It's such a awesome thing to be a part of. It's a humbling experience. Um, it's an honor to be a part of it. And I think for me, I always take a moment, before the game and just soak it all in, the environment, the surroundings, the moment, and have gratitude, for what these young men do, what our service academies do, what our military does. And I think it's such a great celebration of all those things. And it puts a spotlight, for a day um, on our armed forces and on our veterans and the ones that are currently serving, and then of course on our guys on the field that are going to serve. And so, just wonderful to be a part of that, and just very thankful and grateful. And then it's the same way afterwards. You look around, you soak it in, and it's really kind of surreal.
We focus on the players on the field in this game, but in the stands, we have men and women that are representing our, not only the Navy, but also the Army. Just when you look around and you see all of that in the stadium, you spoke about the veterans, but also those that are currently serving, teammates of the student athletes as well. Just what that does to the spirit to see those men and women in the stands.
Yeah, I think all the things that I mentioned before, that's part of looking up there and just having gratitude and appreciation for the Corps cadets and the brigade of midshipmen up there, and seeing them in uniform, and it's a special deal.
And then final note for me here, it was almost Army Navy twice this season as we looked at that American Athletic Championship game. Just what you could say to the future of that we are living in a world with both of the teams having success and being in a place where we could see an AAC championship, Army Navy, and then the Army Navy game to follow.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people thought that was going to be a possibility, when Army came into the conference. And I think, that was close to happening, which I think speaks to where both programs are at, in interesting times during in college football. And so that's exciting. Would love to have would have been interesting, but I would have loved to have gotten to play it twice. There's no doubt about it.
Thank you, Coach.